The crisis in Afghanistan, meanwhile, stirring emotions for thousands of American families whose loved ones sacrificed so much for this nation. That includes our next guest, Gold Star wife Amy Looney Heffernan. She lost her husband back in 2010. U.S. Navy SEAL Lieutenant Brendan Looney was killed in a helicopter crash during combat operations in Afghanistan. Amy joins us now. Amy, I can't even imagine the pain this brings back for your family. Thanks to you and your husband and your family for the service and sacrifice to this country. How are you feeling and what are you thinking in this moment as we are seeing chaos unfold there?
Yeah, thank you, Sandra, for having me. Like many other Gold Star families and Americans, you know, I'm heartbroken. I have a lot of sympathy for all the images and what we're seeing that's happening on the ground in Afghanistan each and every day, and the different scenario of events that are unfolding. And, you know, I feel, at least for me, very fortunate that I am affiliated with an organization like the Travis Manion Foundation, where we're able to come together and leverage our military community, our Gold Star families, to go out and be of service in their local communities, and really living by this ethos of if not me, then who. And I think it's important for everybody, whether it's an outlet to just have that open line to communicate with, finding something that works so that you're able to really kind of understand and express what you're going through right now.
So important, your words, because so many of our veterans are feeling that pain right now. I know you're serving as vice president of the Travis Manion Foundation, and you reach out to those other families. You work to support each other in these communities, these veteran communities. You've been in touch with them in the 2 weeks since we've seen Afghanistan fall to the Taliban. What are those families talking about? What do they say about this?
Very much like my own sentiments. You know, we're upset. We want to make sure that, you know, the United States honors our commitment to get those that help support us out of harm's way. Our Americans, our allies, our Afghan interpreters. I think that's, you know, at the top of everyone's mind right now, and what the future holds.
What is your message to veterans and their families during this difficult time?
I would just say, you know, when my husband deployed to Afghanistan, he was excited to go. He served our country because he believed in what we stood for, the freedom that we have today. I just want people to understand that you should at least check in on someone that you know that may be affected by what's going on, but also let them know that your service matters. And I want people to remember that. You know, my late husband, Brendan, wouldn't change a thing about what he did over there, because I truly believe that we as Americans have lived freely for the last 20 years without a terrorist attack on U.S. soil. And I think that's solely attributed to our U.S. military and the men and women that selflessly serve and sacrifice.
Amy,
so I just want to make sure they remember that.
Yeah. Sure. And Amy, we've been showing pictures of Brendan smiling, obviously, in happier days. And he paid the ultimate price, the ultimate sacrifice. And I just want to read this to our viewers, because you provided this to our producers, and it really stood out to me in this moment, because we're all so concerned about the impact this is having on those who fought there, who lost, in the case of your husband, his life. Our message, you said, to veterans and families of the fallen is simple. We're here for you, and while it may be hard to process the events of a day and or a week, the arc of history is long, and your sacrifice has not been in vain. We don't know how this ends. Amy, I'll give you final thoughts as we are awaiting the president at this moment to lead us, to tell us what happens next.
Yeah, I go back to my earlier sentiments, just saying that I want us as a country to stand behind our commitment, making sure that those that have spent the last 20 years serving by our side and protecting us are able to get out freely. And I think that's so incredibly important. And I know that myself, our community at the Travis Manion Foundation, other veterans and Gold Star families, that's a top priority right now.
Amy, how are you doing? I know you and I have spoken before. How are things for you?
I try to live each day like it's the last, because clearly, as you know, Sandra, something was incredibly important that I love very dearly was taken away from me very quickly. So I try to wake up every day just feeling a sense of purpose and I really just try to embody what Brennan taught me about being of service to others. And really, I've just leveraged that and really leaned into that as a way for me to heal and try to live forward and make sure that Brennan's name is not forgotten. That's so important to me.
So important. U.S. Navy SEAL Lieutenant Brendan Looney. He died in 2010 fighting for this country. Amy, thank you for joining us. I know it's difficult.
Thank you so much, Sandra.
John, stories like that, it's been 20 years for these families, and they're going through so much in this moment.
Yeah, there are so many Americans, men and women, who sacrificed so much to try to preserve the peace in Afghanistan and to try to let democracy get a foothold there, a foothold that was washed away so quickly.
The Travis Manion Foundation is amazing. She is part of a group of people that have gotten together, and their mission is to bring those veteran families and their communities closer together to support each other. I mean, that is what America is about. So.
It is. There are a lot of great organizations like that who are dealing with veterans and veterans' families. We salute them all.